Today we're going to be playing an absolute fan favorite, and I know this because I've been requested to play this deck quite a bit this week. We are talking about the Arcane Bombardment, and we're going to be playing it today in Grixis. If you guys don't know what the Bombardment does, essentially whenever we cast an instant or sorcery speed spell, we get to cast a free spell from our graveyard at random. It holds on to that card and then stacks onto the next instant sorcery speed spell that we get for free down the road. So this card gets carried away pretty quickly, and you can win games very fast with this thing. We've got some great win cons in today's build with Invoke Despair and Burn Down the House. Burn Down the House acting as a sweeper, but also we can create devils and, you know, cascade those over time every single turn. And then the Invoke Despair is, you know, self-explanatory, deals damage, draws us cards. It's a fantastic card to finish the game with. We've got a lot of removal in this deck, a lot of spot removal, but we've got some interesting removal in Rona's Vortex and Cathartic Pyre. Vortex being able to not only bounce things, but also put them at the bottom of the deck for, you know, its kicker cost. But on top of that, Cathartic Pyre deals 3 damage to targets, but also if there's no targets to hit, we can also use it to discard some cards and draw some cards, which is really fantastic in today's build. But yeah, the deck is very powerful. We had a lot of success with this thing, as I thought we would. I do think Grixis is the best shell for it, but if you guys want a full deck breakdown, we'll go ahead and do that at the end of every video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, down below there's a link below for the full deck list, and if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, it helps out so much. I'd greatly appreciate it. And with that being said though, guys, enjoy today's games. We'll see you at the end. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be playing some Grixis Bombardment. Bombardment is something that you guys have been wanting me to touch on for a little while now. I've been hearing a lot of it in the live streams and stuff like that, so we're going to give it a go today and see how we do. But so far, I mean, Bombardment's always been really good. I think it's going to be really competitive. We'll see though. We'll see. I get to go first. Opening hand here isn't terrible. Pilfer early. And if you guys notice, Magic Arena got me with these lands today, man. They got me good. I was actually trying to get into the Magic Arena event that was happening last weekend. So I paid the gems for it, and then never got time to do it. So unfortunately, I paid for the gems, but fortunately something cool came out that made me want to spend my gems. So that's nice. We're gonna go Pilfer here on turn 2, see what we're up against. Okay, well, if I get rid of this, they just get it back with this. I've learned my lesson the hard way on that sort of combination a few times, so we'll drop that. Burn Down the House can hit a lot of this stuff. Solid Haunting, though, not fun to go against either. Pretty good starting hand, but I do need to draw into some, you know, spot removal for things like the Naturalist and whatnot. But hey, my birthday present came in today. Man, it's been a month since my wife ordered me my birthday present, but it was a couple of these anime jerseys. They're so sick, guys. Check this out. They even have my name on it. Well, not my name, but you guys know. Pretty cool though, man. I got this one, and then I got a Black Clover one, and then she surprised me with a third one. I didn't expect to get a third one. It was a Magic one. It actually says Planeswalkers on the front, and then the back though was uncustomizable, unfortunately, so it says Magic Player. but man, these are really cool. These are really cool. Super clean. I'm a big anime nerd, if you guys can't tell. All right, we'll probably burn down the house and then just Bombardment, let him build the board again, and then we'll try to Bombardment after that. I am afraid, though, of our opponent running out. Actually, is burn down the house to play here? Or is it the Pyre? It's got to be burn, right? I don't know. If I go burn down the house and make 1/1s, that could be pretty interesting. But I'd rather them have to pay full price for their stuff. Actually, let me go and burn down the house here. Burn down the house. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, these shirts are really cool. Gosh darn it, I can't even hit that. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Probably this. Mist, huh? Oh yeah, I am afraid of borrowed times and things like that. That's what I was gonna say. All right, we got the big score, which is cool. I can pilfer away some nonsense here. Definitely that. Darn it. Darn it. That means 2 Hallowed Hauntings are going to resolve here on the field, which is an absolute nightmare. There's a land. That's nice. Big score is going to have to dump off the burn down the house, which is so scary because if we don't get it back with the bombardment, we are going to absolutely regret it. Scary, man. Scary, scary. If they drop the Machiko, we're kind of toast. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're toast. Well, that means one thing and one thing only. That means I have to use my burn down the house here. We're going to take 9 damage. So I'm not going to do the big score, unfortunately. Not going to do it. Not gonna do it. Gonna have to clean the house. Clean house here. Machiko had nothing to hit, which is fantastic. Let's just hope their top decks aren't too gnarly, and we can recover. That's actually a perfect card to draw there because it does trigger at instant speed, and we can probably bounce one of these spirits, which is nice because you know they're gonna hit an enchantment here. There's almost no doubt about that, right? Nothing, huh? All right, well, let's get the ball rolling here. Let's get the ball rolling. I do understand that this is going to allow them to have an enchantment to cast out next turn for their Hallowed Hauntings to trigger, but I'm willing to take that risk here because I am triggering my own bombardment. So that's fine. Perfect. We're good to go. We're good to go. As long as we have that on the bombardment, we're fine. Oh, guess we don't have a target for that, do we? All right. All right, we swing all here. Just deal that damage best we can. The opponent is going to get the Machiko back next turn, but it's going to phase back in, which is interesting because I don't think it's going to trigger these Hallowed Hauntings because they're not casting it. They should have honestly allowed me to bounce that back to their hand. I don't know why they didn't. Seems like a big mistake on their end to have, you know, phased that out temporarily. They could have triggered at least 2 more of these spirits, but unfortunately for us, we don't have instant or sorcery in hand, so we're kind of banking on our top deck here. But what's nice though is we can block for a while. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. Interesting. I didn't expect that, to be honest. That kind of frees up the burn down the house as a way to create more devils. I guess I could have gone face with one of those damage points. I didn't even notice. Another burn down the house, huh? Okay. Well, they're not going to be able to basically resolve anything here. Another land. All right. Well, at least we got that out of the way, huh? All right. Interesting. We're doing all right. I'm going to hang on to this just in case we draw like a, what's it called? A big score. All right, see what the top deck is. They're not out of this at all by any chance. I mean, there's a lot of things they could draw that would be very beneficial to them. All right, we did get a cut down though, which is super good. Let's do that. There we go. The opponent didn't want to see any more. We were going to discard that land too with the pyre and then hopefully draw something good. But man, oh man, our board was going to be filled with devils. We were going to have so many. We probably would have hit lethal, right? Yeah, probably. Anyways, good game there. On to the next one. All right, solid start, man. This deck, I knew this deck was going to be pretty good. Bombardment, like I said, was always pretty competitive. And anytime you know, subtract cards from a meta, and you're going to see that card's value hopefully rise. Obviously, it does need those other tools like instant and sorcery speed spells to, you know, make it good. But we've got plenty. We got plenty to work with. Still, I think Grixis is probably the best way to go about it. I was tempted on Mardu, but I didn't see enough in Mardu for me to go that route. All right, we got a Bant deck here. We got a 5-color deck here. Let's go with this. Oh, these lands are so cool, man. I'm a big space guy. Love space. Celestis, huh? All right, Pilfer's actually pretty nuts here. I like that. I like it. Let's see the hand. Oh. Oh man, what a nightmare here, huh? Destroy evil of all things. A very, very cheap way to deal with my bombardment. Well, that seems to happen a lot. I've been running the bombardment deck now just for a little while, and it seems like I've run into every single person working on enchantment removal, which is kind of crazy. Well, if I can find a second Pilfer, but it's going to be very tough. We only have one more in the deck. So if I can find it, though, we might be in good shape. They're struggling to find their land drops, though. That's very good for us, especially because it looks like they're going 5 colors here. So cut down probably irrelevant here. Okay. Indulgence is not terrible, but it's not what I'm looking for. That is always good to have, but I don't know how relevant it's going to be for us right this moment. My brain is not working right now. I think I'm going to do this. Get rid of one of these vortexes here. That's nice. Yeah, probably a vortex. And Despair is castable right now. I think I'm gonna hang on to it though. I'm gonna save these treasures. These treasures are very, very important to get down the bombardment and then follow it with an immediate spell to get value. And I do kind of need to hit that Pilfer. If I run that out, there's a big risk that we get destroy eviled. We're using that as a verb now. We're gonna get destroyed eviled. But if I get the Pilfer and we're lucky, we'll be sitting pretty nice. Temporary confinement or lockdown is not very good against us. You never know. We might be able to just pull it off the top here. I know I'm thinning my chances here of being able to get the bombardment to pull the Pilfer like I need, but dang it. Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? Well, I was hoping to find a second Pilfer with that, so that didn't work out. All right, bombardment, let's go. Hopefully it resolves. Opponent does have mana here to interact clearly. All right, and I'm gonna go with the indulgence here because we draw straight up, which is very nice. Come on, Pilfer. They've got to destroy evil now anyways. They're probably gonna cast it. Sure. Destroy evil is coming down or no? I do have the charm, which can go find me another bombardment though, so that is nice. I mean, that is if it does find it. I'm sure it will, but all right, here comes the destroy evil, or they're hanging on to it because they want to make sure they keep that treasure because it is important to keep. All right, second destroy evil gone. Let's hope there's not a third. If there's a third, we're pretty bad shape. This thing crews for 3, so they're gonna need some juice here to get that down. It's a fairy, huh? Okay. It's a fairy's annoying, that's for sure. We're in a bad spot. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. We're falling behind here because they blew up the bombardment, and we've had to, you know, do this mental gymnastics to get around the destroy evil. So we are struggling here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you. All right, hopefully this finds us what we need, but I doubt it. It's gonna need a little bit of luck here. We get to blow up the Teferi. Does not find what we need. This is gonna be one of those games where we just can't find a second bombardment, huh? More than halfway through our deck soon, and then it's gonna be like, maybe we'll give you another one. We'll see. Can't get over how cool these look, though. I can't get over it. Another land. That's not what we need. We're gonna end up milling ourselves out this game if we do find a second bombardment. Jeez. There it is. Let's get this out of my hand here. We don't need that garbage. We still have a Rona and we have a cut down. All right, this is fine. This is fine. A second bank buster is annoying. I can't lie. This is one of those times that I would want to be playing Mardu because it has access to farewell and I could blow up the whole board, which would feel so clean, but all right, here we go. Wish me luck, guys, because if they have another answer to bombardment in hand, we're just kind of toast, to be honest. A lot of mana to work with for them. That seems like a desperation move, but I don't know. Nice. I don't think we're gonna have as many targets for cut down as we are the vortex, so just doing the cut down for the 2/2 here, and that's not terrible. Don't want to get too crazy with the milling here because I don't think we need to mill that hard. 25 cards left too. We got to be careful, you know. We can start pinging them every single turn too, which is nice, which could be technically a win con. So we'll see how this goes. I do have a vortex 2 to bounce on the opponent's turn here, which, you know, triggers the bombardment again, which is fantastic. Let's just hope we don't find a third destroy evil. That would be a huge bummer. I got itchy all of a sudden. I don't know why. My skin's all dry. Now, does that crew... I believe because this is on the stack, if I bounce this, they still get the crew to come off. But is that a bad... That's not that bad, right? I mean, we get hit for 4. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, I guess I could have waited to do that, huh? And then just hit the opponent with a Maestro's Charm for 5 there. All right, we'll do this, though. Yeah, I could have killed the Bank Buster, but I don't really think I care too much about that. We are going to get 2 treasures, which does activate a playable charm here if I need it, but I don't want to because it's not going to trigger the bombardment again. So we're going to just take the damage here. Let it be what it is. We could use a second Pilfer, though, just to make sure their hand is not too crazy. So a second Pilfer off the top would be great. All right, the opponent doesn't seem to have an answer for the bombardment just yet, which is fantastic. All right, that's not bad. Let's do that because it's sorcery speed. We have an instant speed spell and the charm here so that we can play that on their turn to trigger the bombardment again. And we get a pyre, which honestly I could use. Let's Sure, I'll just use them all. I mean, I'm gonna end up milling myself here, but it might be worth trying to find another bombardment here, or at least a pilfer, something like that. Yikes. All right, that's not bad. I mean, that's a playable card right there, a good win con of sorts. Let's attack in, deal the 3, or they're gonna Wandering Emperor, which is actually really good because then our despair gets even better. If I despair, that's 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and then we're left with 4, so I can still do the Maestro's Charm after that. Yeah, we're in a really good spot here, guys. Again, it all comes down to whether or not they find that Destroy Evil. I hope not, but we do have 2 more bombardments in the deck. We'll see if they got answers or not. They don't play the Wandering Emperor though. Bit of a bummer, I'm not gonna lie. We do get to deal 2 more damage though, so that's nice. They haven't shown us any counter spells yet, so yeah, GG's to our opponent here. They just didn't have enough answers for what we were trying to do. Destroy Evil was a fantastic answer, but you know, being able to weather 2 of them was not bad. A second Pilfer would have just been absolutely, you know, game over. If I could have gotten this into the bombardment, it would have been ridiculous. I probably overshot, you know, the Maestro's Charm early on. I should have maybe, you know, kept the graveyard thin to kind of help our odds, but it's all good. It worked out nicely. So on to the next. All right, on to the next one. Sorry, I almost forgot to hit record there. Okay, so opening hand here is actually really good. Really good. We'll start things out with the lounge. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching today's video. It actually means the world to me that you guys, you know, watch these videos, and I can't believe how crazy things have been lately as far as the view count goes and the subscriptions going up, man. We are actually on track to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year if things continue this trajectory. And I just got to say, guys, I do appreciate that a ton. I never thought in all these years of me doing this, we'd ever get to a place like this. And I just got to say thank you to anyone here who's subscribed already, or oh wow, what a hand here. Just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support. It really does mean the world to me. Man, what we're going up against the perfect adversary. I mean, it's got to be this, right? Farewell's a little more expensive at least. That's crazy. That's crazy how perfect of an opponent we have. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. Farewells and Destroy Evils. You don't see those types of cards in every match, you know? But then you play a bombardment deck, and next thing you know, that's all you're seeing. I am gonna have to play big score on our turn here, just because our opponent has a creature that's gonna benefit from, you know, it going to nighttime. So we can't allow that. We do get to burn down the house next turn though, which is nice. I don't know if we're gonna have a great burn down the house here. We'll see. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna have a fantastic one, but good enough. There goes our graveyard. They know, I guarantee they know what we're up to. The fact that we took their Destroy Evil, it's almost a guarantee they know exactly what we're trying to do here. All right, hold the phone here for a second. Hold the phone. Yeah, it's gonna be the play here, right? Got to get rid of that graveyard trespasser. And now that we have this and we have a cut down, we can go 1-2. I mean, it depends though. We do have to have a target for the cut down, so hopefully they play a target. That'd be great. I highly doubt it, but if they play like another Spirited Companion, we could be in business here. Looks like they're gonna go Shieldred though, I would imagine. Yeah. All right, so are they gonna play the Shieldred though, or are they gonna play the Junji? They do play the Shieldred. All right. The Pyre's nice. It is something I can trigger the bombardment with, which means I do get the burn down the house guaranteed. But we are 3, 4, 5. We're 1 mana away from being farewelled. So, I mean, it's worth a shot though. We've got to try. We've got to try everything we can here. So, let's do it. Discard cards. Auto pay. Both of these cards can go. We do get to burn down the house, which does deal with the Shieldred. Fantastic. And we will drop both of these because they're not that relevant. And we get 2 Maestro's Charms. Both are really good at finding, you know, another Bombardment here. So looks like the opponent's probably going to fare well, I would imagine. They do have the land, so there it goes. Yep. Shocker. All right. And we'll just pass the turn. We'll do the second Maestro's Charm on their turn. There's no need to do it on our turn, seeing as we didn't find what we needed there. Okay, another Bombardment. Fantastic. Let's hope, though, that the opponent doesn't have another Farewell or something like that. Yeah, we're gonna take the 5 from the Junji and we're gonna go for the big score play here. We'll drop the cut down to 32 cards. We got to keep an eye on that. I don't think it's going to be that relevant, me milling myself out, but you never know. All right, they attack. There's nothing in the graveyard for them to bring back because there's no creatures in my yard and there's nothing in theirs. All right, wish me luck, guys. We're going to need a little bit of luck here on our side for this matchup. It's just not going super great for us at the moment, but this is a defender for a couple of turns, which is helpful. All right, see the Bombardment come down. Maestro's Charm. This might backfire because we might get something good that kills. Like, oh well, I guess it's not gonna be bad. All right. Big score. That's good. All right. That's dead. We got an infinite big score loop going on if we need it. Tainted Indulgence to draw some cards here. That's totally fine. We're down to 6 though. Down to 6. This thing can't attack yet, but we're on the clock. We're also on the clock to kill them. If we end up blowing this up, they can replay it and put us on the clock to win the game that way too. Let's see what they do with this. They hit some stuff. They get back to Junji though. Good choice. Another land. They can't play it yet. One other card in hand. Is it playable? It doesn't seem to be. All right, let's draw some cards here. Tainted Indulgence. And we have 2 more, right? There needs to be... Oh, well, we're going to take that, so... All right, and we drop what? Probably that. We don't need another one of those, right? Let's play another one. Another Invoke Despair seems pretty fun. And we'll decline that. So we don't really need to, you know, overdraw here. We could get in a lot of trouble with that. And the opponent now at 10 life. And we've got a ton of things to work with here. We'll pass the turn. Actually, why am I doing that? Let's drop these. Let's drop these. Keep our graveyard thin here. We've got some good cards in this. Hopefully we can find those Maestro's Charms. All right, we got a great answer for that. We'll be seeing ya. But that does actually not work as well as I thought. That's actually going to go at the bottom of the stack. And I do want to trigger the Invoke Despair again, which is going to trigger the Junji's sack ability. So maybe we just pass on playing the Invoke Despair this one time. That way we get the Junji taken care of for good. We are almost tapped out. They are considering to play something at instant speed. I don't know what it would be. Destroy Evil would be very, very bad. Well, I guess we would kill them if we play this, wouldn't we? I would imagine we'd be pretty close to killing them. All right, we'll go for it. We'll go for it, but it doesn't feel very good to allow them to get the discard too with the Junji, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're pretty close to killing them. Yep, sure. All right, that should be game, ladies and gentlemen. That should be game. That was a close one, though. I will give him that. That was very, very close. All right, decline. 7 cards left in my deck. We don't want to mill ourselves, so GG's. There we go. I love it. We were very close to milling ourselves, though. Holy cow. A lot of card draw going on there. A lot of card draw. All right, well, I felt like I got cut off there a little bit in my appreciation speech. I just want to say thank you guys again one more time, man. This might be our last game. I think time allowing us this game, but I think this will be about it. But just want to say thank you one more time, guys. I genuinely can't believe how far we've come as a channel, and it's obviously thanks to you in the community. So got to give a huge shout out to you guys whenever I can, and just let you guys know how much I appreciate you. Again, if you've already subbed and all that stuff, it just means the world to me that you're part of the team and a part of this channel's growth. Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to do, you know, something in this field, and it's coming, you know, coming true in front of my face, and it's all thanks to you guys. So big shout out, man. Big shout out to you guys. Happy Friday, by the way, guys. I hope your weekend, you know, is blessed and full of fun. All right, that's annoying, but I can deal with it pretty easily. A third charm, though. Ugh. Ugh. Easily dealt with, though. Totally fine. Vortex, also very good removal, especially because we've got the mana to kick it now. And we do know that they're on creatures now, which is great. Ooh, a little burn down the house action. I love that. All right, the opponent's on Mardu, which is really cool. Shout out to the Mardu mob. I really want to make one of these like baseball jerseys, like Mardu mob style. I think these are so cool. I don't know why I love this style of shirt so much, but Radadrabic, let's do this. See you later. See you later, alligator. This has ward 2. Could kill it this next turn if I so choose, but how do I want to kill it? That's the question. Probably with this, right? Don't want to waste a burn down the house on it. All right, yes. I do need to keep one of these, though, obviously, to hopefully find the final piece of the puzzle, which is the bombardment. I absolutely love their idea here, though. They're playing the Radadrabic with, you know, other legendaries, and it's in Mardu, which all of those things combined just sounds super fun. We might have to do one of those ourselves. All right, well, this is going to be an easy cleanup. Easy cleanup. No fun for you today, my friend. You're just going to get controlled out of your mind right now. We're going to control you out of your mind. All right, that's annoying. Again, forcing us to use a spell I needed for some other things, but you know, we have the Cathartic Pyre, so it's all good. It's all good. Cathartic Pyre can draw us some cards here, but I have some great cards in hand at the same time, so it's like maybe we just don't. Maybe we just hold on to it, man. It seems like removal's the name of the game right now, and so I'm gonna hang on to everything that removes. There we go. That's good. That's really good. Morbid Opportunist. Yo, how mad can we get this person? I think we can get him a little more angry here. Let's go ahead and do one of these. And Tainted Indulgence is cool. We are gonna go ahead and do one of these. Feels bad, man. Feels a little bad, man, but not really. This is just pure control at the moment. Oh, I feel kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. I feel low-key kind of bad here. But at the same time, I don't. Oh. GG's, my friend. GG's. There's nothing they could have done here. We didn't even need the bombardment. We just have the perfect matchup against this opponent, unfortunately. Just drawing removal spell after removal spell. Now, had they been able to go extremely wide, that might be a different story, but we did find one burn down the house, so who knows? I probably would have smoked them there too, but GG. All right, well, I was going to shoot an intro, outro, but that actually went really fast, so I think we can squeeze one more game in here real quick. Getting kind of hungry. Opening hand here is great. Anytime you get Tainted Indulgence, it's almost a snap keep, but yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Xander's Lounge. The mana these days is a little bit slow. Obviously I could use, I don't think actually Grixis has them, but I could use those burn those burn lands a little bit more, where they those pain lands that make you pay life. But I don't use those enough or very often because I don't like paying life to use my mana. If it's a one-time thing, maybe, but all right. Yeah, you got to go to. Couple of cut downs there worked out really nicely. I didn't think those were going to come in handy too often, but against mono black does a pretty good job, huh? I guess depends on the curve, but all right, definitely going to drop a land here. Probably going to Maestro's Charm our way to a Bombardment, I think. I am afraid though of mono black, just because mono black does offer Invoke Despair, and that does eat up my Bombardment, which would be pretty sad. You know, I just realized I probably should have played that tap land this last turn, huh? That was a bit of a mistake on my end. All right, so that's my opponent's play for the turn, so we know there's nothing left. Let's go ahead and do one of these. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Vortex is nice. We're probably gonna get hit with the Invoke Despair, right? I would hope, actually I would hope so, because if they're gonna use it now while I don't have my Bombardment, but at the same time, if they use it now with me having no permanents to sack, they're gonna draw a lot of cards, which means they are going to find a second Invoke Despair more than likely. So I like it and I don't like it. I guess in this matchup though, it's the best case scenario, because there's no other permanents. I think they're kind of on to what I'm doing here, which is a bummer, because they look like they might have had it and they were slow rolling it, and then they realized, well, wait, let's just wait and see. Let's do one of these. All right, we still haven't found a single Bombardment. We're almost halfway through our deck, which is a little unusual, seeing we have 4. Let's do this again. I love that these Tainted Indulgences are in the deck though, because if you guys can see just how, you know, consistently we're drawing cards with them instead of drawing and discarding, it's so good. In the late game, it's just so good. Dang it. Okay, well, at least we have the Cathartic Pyre. We'll drop one of these lands here. Cathartic Pyre works so good in this deck, but at the same time, I want it to be, what is it? A Braid? A Braid where it destroys artifacts too? That would be so good. All right, well, that's a problem. That's a problem because it exiles our graveyard, so we're going to have to blow it up. The opponent clearly going to take something very good from us. Oh, they take the Indulge? Okay. I think there's better options there, but okay. Gonna do this now. It stinks to have to drop one of those beautiful, beautiful lands, but gotta do what we gotta do. I think we've ran our course here on the cut downs, right? Probably. All right, finally a Bombardment. All right, let's go ahead and, well, I want to hang on to that. 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, there's no way. Okay, there's no way to cast it with the Bombardment next turn, so let's just get it down now. You never know, it might force them into playing something they don't want to play either to clear the board, because these are annoying. You know, you're taking damage every turn, but then on top of that, you know, you're gonna have to pull the band-aid fast, otherwise you know, I get to deal those 1 extra points of damage late. Don't let them accumulate too much damage. All right, I do need something cheap though. Ooh, what was that? All creatures get -2/2 to the end of turn. If it dies this turn, exile it. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, we're, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. You know they've got the Invoke Despair. it's like a guarantee. I really wish I could take back playing this down as a land. I should have discarded it to the big score. That was a big mistake on my part. All right, it is what it is. Let's go for it. I'm gonna just pray they don't have the Invoke Despair, but it's so unlikely. I should have played the big score, drop the mountain. Here it comes. They played it well. I got to give them credit. They knew what I was on. They held on to the last moment. So big ups on them for that. All right. Well, gonna do this. Gonna try to find another one. There it is. All right. This time we're gonna hang on to it though, so we can use the vortex right away, getting value immediately. 25 cards left in the deck. Holy cow. Takes a long time sometimes to find these bombardments and get going here, huh? That's fine. That's fine. Big ouch. Big ouch. Here we go. Moment of truth. Another one. That's actually really good. Right, so we'll pay all of it, get rid of it, and burn down the house is nice because it gives me some blockers. Love that, and it stops the the attack from Tenacious Underdog. They may have some removal spells though. We're gonna play defensively here. We're gonna play defensively as much as I want to attack into them here. Again, a couple spot removal spells and we get attacked by the underdog, but they have another sweeper, so that kind of stinks. Taking 4 here. We're down to 1. Gonna need to get a Maestro's Charm ASAP. Oh, that went to exile because of their... Oh, that's a bummer for them. That is a bummer for them. That is so bad for them. Oh, we get a Pilfer too. Yeah, I mean, we've got to try. We got to hit it, right? Got to hit it. That's probably the worst thing to see because it deals that passive damage that we can't deal with. But so did... Oh, I don't have any creatures to exile. All right. I mean... Got to try to close. We got to try to close. Oh, I'm so nervous right now, guys. I'm so nervous. I don't think we're going to win this because if they just play 2 Graveyard Trespassers here and exile their own creatures, they win the game, which I think they realize. But do they have enough creatures to exile? Oh, wow. They're not doing it. Okay. They're focused in on me. I want to click on their graveyard to see if they even had 2 creatures, but I don't even want to give them the idea. I don't want them to even know that that's a possibility. Let them keep making this play. Now I will go look. Yeah, they could have exiled 2 of those and won the game, right? Whenever it enters battlefield attack, I don't want to target creature card from a graveyard. Yeah, they could have won the game right there. They completely missed lethal, unfortunately. Which means they're gonna lose this game. GG's. Love it. Oh, that was tough. Again, I shouldn't have won that game. Things went pretty well for them, and they actually misplayed that. I took the Shieldred obviously because that's damage I could not have dealt with at all. It was the best play I could have gotten with the Pilfer, and glad we did because the opponent, again, like I said, could have exiled their own creatures from their own graveyard and gotten that 1 point of damage, but didn't know that or didn't choose to do it or missed it completely. But GG's. Let's break it down. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We're going to break the deck down now and talk about it a little bit more. Before I do that, though, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who made it this far. It means the world to me, so I always got to give my quick appreciation to you guys because it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm when you stick around this long. I do appreciate that a ton. So with that being said, though, let's take a look at the build today, guys. Obviously, we're on Bombardment. This is a card almost everybody should know by now, or, if you're not newer to Magic, you should have a pretty good grasp on what this card does. Basically, though, the deck's gotta be filled and pumped with just a ton of instant and sorcery speed spells. And some of those spells are no-brainers. I'm gonna kick it off with Big Score. This was the first card added to the deck because, of course, drawing cards and discarding cards. A, very good. B, This ramps us up a turn early to play that Bombardment, which is really, really good. Anytime you can mana ramp into, you know, your main spell, you can do so. You should definitely be doing it. And it plays really well with the rest of the deck. Getting things to the graveyard is not a problem for us because we get them back with the Bombardment. So this was a no-brainer. And then another card that I think was a no-brainer but not probably played as often is Tainted Indulgence. Kind of does the exact same thing. It's a 2-mana spell though, but you don't get the treasures obviously, but you do get the plus side of the fact that you get to play this outright to just straight up draw cards in the late game. You guys got to see how good this could be. But yeah, that's why I knew we were going to land on Grixis. I did want to play these 2 cards. Plus Invoke Despair is also just too good of a card not to play. This kind of goes hand in hand if you're playing a Bombardment deck, in my opinion, because it's one of the best finishers you can get when you're talking about instant and sorcery speed spells. You get narrowed win cons when you go that route, and so Invoke Despair is always going to be a really good option for that win con. And of course, the sweeper, we decided on Burn Down the House. You had a couple of options really when you're talking about sweepers, but Burn Down the House, in my opinion, got to be the best one because you get the options, right? And whenever you get options, it's very important with this build because there's not always going to be a time where you want to sweep the board. So this card could be under the Bombardment and then it'll ask you to replay it over and over and over. And if it's just a sweeper, you're never going to get any value out of it. So if you swept the board already, there's nothing on the field, it gives you that option of the Devils. So this was a no-brainer, had to put it in the deck. And then because we're in Grixis, Maestro's Charm, another fantastic card to place in the deck for a lot of reasons. It plays with the meta, or it plays with the synergies really well by finding us the Bombardment but filling up the graveyard. It also can win you the game if you get 1 or 2 of these underneath your Bombardment. You can hit for 3 every single turn, gaining life. It's pretty unstoppable. And then it just acts as a great removal spell. And with things like Shieldred on the field, you know, 5 damage is very important. So I think this is a fantastic card for the build. And then here's where we got to be a little more creative, and this is where I started, you know, picking my spots a little bit based on my own opinions. Cathartic Pyre, obviously I chose this because, again, just like the Burn Down the House has the options for us. We have the removal on one side. If we don't have anything to hit, we've got the ability to draw and discard, which plays really well with the deck. So I thought that was pretty cool. My 2, you know, cheaper spells that I wanted to play here, we needed a couple 1-drops here because you want to be able to, you know, Arcane Bombardment trigger immediately if possible. So a couple of 1-drops always helps. I chose Cut Down and Vortex because Cut Down, I've been seeing a lot of mono white and a mono red when I played this deck when I first built it. So this was a pretty good fit for the deck and it's been playing out pretty well for us. But Vortex I like a lot. The fact that you can have, again, options tied on a card and not just, you know, a one-size-fits-all sort of thing. I like that about these cards. It gives you options. It gives you more playability. And so the Vortex being a 1-drop for tokens, but, you know, a 4-drop to basically remove anything else, I'll take that all day. And then my last card might seem a little strange, might seem a little out of place maybe for some, but Pilfer I think is very important for the build because when you're talking about Bombardment, it's got its own inherent weakness, right? It has the weakness of the fact that it doesn't protect itself very well. It's just it's an enchantment sitting out there for the taking. So you can counter things. You can if you're in the, you know, if you're in green, you can throw things like Tameo Safekeeping on this thing, but we're not in green, and I don't believe that counters are going to be very good for this deck because if you counter something and let's just say it goes to the graveyard and it gets put onto the Bombardment, to me that's kind of a waste, unless of course you're playing other instant speed spells to try to, you know, to try to trigger the counter at the same time that your opponent's playing something. You can get tricky with things like that for sure, but I don't necessarily think counters are the best place for the Bombardment. So I thought to myself, what's the next best thing? Sorry. And I thought of Pilfer because Pilfer can go into your opponent's hand and find the threats that might be lurking to destroy your Bombardment. And it's been working out pretty well. A lot of the times though, the Pilfer finds the threat, but it also finds 3 more things that can deal with the Bombardment. But that's an algorithm problem. But anyways, that's the build, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I thought it was a lot of fun. Obviously, we had some really great games with this thing. And it's a control deck, so I'm sure you know, people of higher caliber can play this much better than I can, but I did enjoy running it and it felt very powerful. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know I did. Before I get out of here, I have to do this at the end of every video. A huge shout out to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know what the Marty Mob is, it's the membership program here on the channel. So the names you're seeing on the screen here are members of that Marty Mob, and I gotta say a huge shout out and thank you to them because they help support the channel through their monthly memberships, and they do get access to some extra videos. We did do a box opening earlier this week that was just for the Marty Mob, but I do gotta say my thank you to them because they are doing a lot more for me than I feel like I do for them. So the support is just unreal, and I gotta say thank you so much for everything, and thanks for supporting the channel, supporting me, and helping the dream stay alive, man. With that being said though, guys, happy Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and yeah guys, that's gonna do it for me. We'll see you back here again Monday for the next video. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.